think I just searched for this. This is annoying. This is one of those games where it's like the right pile of annoyances kind of keep adding up, and you get sort of annoyed. It's like, oh yeah, the no see invis and no MR or whatever, and you just sort of have to deal with it a while until the thing drops. We probably would have gotten see invis in that portal, but we didn't finish it. I want to burn another haste. Well, fog is cool, but I'm actually gonna use the base potted. I don't know where this guy is, and that's a real hassle. Man, sucks just having it wander around on the level like that. Well, if he does hit me, I think they're perfectly susceptible to bolt of fire. This is the problem with this now is got to deal with this clown wandering around the level, and I'm going to run into him at some other point in time. I can probably take him out with Fireball now that I know what he is, and now I know where he's going to be hitting from. So we just have to take it kind of slow here. What do we want to unlearn? Probably Bolt of Dream would be a pretty good call. So I could be using some of these zombies for sure. Wish I had Corpse Drop, to be honest. Nice thing is you can Firestorm behind them. Yeah, I have to decide, say no passage. It's just one of those games. I guess I could go to elf 3 after this. Wise, we just need some... In fact, I might do this before even going to... Might even do it before going to Vaults 4, because this invisible monster crap is... It's a frustration. Really? Thing is unkillable. Okay. There we go. That annoying guy taken care of, at least. So, I mean, B4 is not really... I mean, B4 is fairly dangerous, and Elf 3 is also pretty dangerous. Oh, I see. Took off my inbring. For some reason. Oh yeah, that's right. I know why. I was trying to meth the Shadow Wraith, which did not go all that well. So here's hoping for some see and biz or something. Let's take a journey up here. It looks like we didn't fully explore D5. Oh, that's why. As well finish exploring this stuff. Yeah, I think I remember the rest of that. What are the rune doors? Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Oh, the classic troll vault. Got me? Oh, look at this. Oh, well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised by that. You gotta watch those. I don't know if that's from the vault or what. We don't want to go absolutely crazy with firestorm casting to the point where we get ourselves too much hunger. Oh, it's just a random master archer. Seems odd. Oh yeah, so what did I want to unlearn? It depends. There is deflect missile. This is a spell I would like to have, so we would like to lose 5 levels. So I'm gonna lose Bolt of Drain. We'll have to make do without our... Oh, we just like some additional insurance against bad stuff, basically. like arrows from randomly spawning deep elf master archers, maybe. Uh-oh. Might have had a temporary internet loss. Let me check the stream. Oh, OBS is reconnecting. Yep. There we go. That's the almost obligatory. Yet to figure out what is happening there. I have my ISP is actually really good, but I don't know if it's the Ethernet on this streaming laptop or what. I kind of suspect that it might be. Actually, no. I think the internet connection actually did go down there, but they just seem to like randomly, and it's totally random, and it doesn't happen very often, but it's just like temporarily. I think the link actually went down. Yeah, it did. I'm pretty sure it did. Yep. So it could be something about my Ethernet on this laptop I stream from. I am not, and I don't think this is not an OBS issue. I'm positive. It was actually my internet that did go down. I wasn't able to access very briefly while my Ethernet reset. But no, I'm running the stable release packages. It is the latest one because I'm usually updating, and it is on Linux. But no, it's not this particular thing is not an OBS problem. It's just something that happens. I don't know if it's this machine or if it's actually my ISP. I've yet to investigate it because it's one of those things that just happens very rarely, and it's not annoying enough for me to like track it down, but probably should. So I could go ahead and use it. Probably should use Bolt of Fire. It would be nice to not wake up the entirety of the vault. Yeah, these kinds of deep elves are kind of tricky, to be honest. Like, you can see how like it's so easy for something to just go wrong with them. I mean, it's really powerful having Firestorm, but I also don't have any source of channel. There's no Crystal Ball yet. No Staff of Energy either. So like, Firestorm is a supreme amount of safety, but it's contingent on a few things being present. Like, it is the superlative killing spell, but I think you could overall build a lot safer Deep Elf. If I wonder if I do this ever again. Yeah, I mean, the Crystal Ball is another complicated item to use, but it is effective at restoring MP. But it's most effective when you have access to a lot of escape resources in general, and this character's getting sort of low on some things, really. Only got one Blink Scroll left, just a couple of Haste Pods, doesn't even have the really broken escape spells, doesn't have Swift, doesn't have Passage of Galubria. I mean, Passage isn't even all that reliable, but it's a good spell to set up to increase your safety, but Swift is really good. Yeah, no, Sublime is great. Trust me. If you look at the dump, which I will do right there, I'm using Sublime a lot, but the problem is deep elf HP. 120 max HP means there's a limit to what you can Sublime. So if you get into a dangerous situation where you don't really feel comfortable losing a gob of HP, because you can't predict exactly how much you'll lose. I mean, you know ballpark. What's up, Yogi? Yeah, this is Yogi likes this character. Who needs fancy defenses? Firestorm, let's go. Man, the enchant weapon is real. Do we have any demon weapons? There is the demon whip. I was looking more for a demon blade. I suppose there's a double sword. There's a double sword. They are -1, so it's like double sword is not the best option. -3, getting it to like 12 or whatever is not that big of a deal, really. I just don't want to waste the resources right now. Alright, well, now the fun begins. Good news is that there is a hatch right here. Actually, oh, this. What I'd like to know is where this... Oh, there's this, though. I don't really need that, probably. Yeah, this hatch could take me very well. Could take me, yes. Very good chance that that hatch would take me into the vault. I mean, well, decent chance. So... And I mean, I can do the Hall of Blades, but I don't particularly want to. That would be one way of doing it, but we'll just... We'll just try to take it as safely as we can, so that if I do run, just a teleport is not that unsafe depending on what's been going on. Time for a miscast. I'm already deflecting this, so you've got a good point there. There we go. We're just sort of waiting this out slowly. Firestorming what we can. Yeah, he's gonna smite. You hear rumbling. There we go. That was the... See, this is the... That was a healthy Sublime, but it also put me in the danger spot there. Apparently there's a Deep Elf Elementalist. Oh boy. That's not really what I wanted to have. This is why I probably should have gone up. Firestorm him once. Nice. That was helpful. Yeah, I can't really let this guy get next to me. Stupid. It's my Evo anyway. Well, he's pretty fast. This may not actually do anything is the problem. And I really don't want to waste a blink scroll. Does he see this? He does not. It's interesting. It was an excellent time for a miscast. That's why, again, this kind of stuff is, you know, I'm in a pretty safe situation, or I was in a relatively safe situation, but he came around a corner in the right way. It shows you how a little corner can just be like the difference. You really want like an open, you don't want any surprises, so standing on the stairs and like digging a line actually would have been kind of helpful. I don't really want to teleport here, I just haven't killed too many things, and that vault is just a big trap. So landing in the vault, landing next to something and taking some crystal spears is not a thing that I would particularly want to do. I can file him, but it may not get the job done, unfortunately. Well, got him at least. Of the Big Ten preview 4 games, one of them was a roguelike Spelunky. Oh boy. So what is the Big Ten? It's just like Big Ten games. It's not even retro, because Spelunky's not really even retro. Spelunky was released. I guess if they're Spelunky HD was released like not that long ago. Even Spelunky isn't really retro. Maybe we'll go back to Fire and Conj. So yeah, we kind of lucked out there that kind of lucked out there. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make a better path. It's good to have some los, but that was really annoying. Oh, 10 games from anything. Well, that sounds like it could be a cool contest at least, even if they don't know what a roguelike is. Not a bad time for a Brill Pod, to be perfectly honest. I did not appreciate that miscast. And the extra kills. Okay. God damn these Earth Elementalists, man. So annoying. Because they keep getting summoned like way away from where the Elementalist is. Rogue Legacy. It's funny. I mean, to be fair, like the definition of roguelike was always one of those things where it was never going to be a great definition. It's just, it was one of those like very informal internet definitions that was really useful, I think, for a time, and then it ultimately became kind of like I mean, I guess most. It's just like how people debate about RPGs, and there's all sorts of disagreement about that, and there's not a fixed definition. So I suppose like game genres kind of have a struggle to do that, but it's not one of those that is going to be where people are going to get the definition right, especially with the name like roguelike. There's a pretty small roguelike development or celebration kind of conference that started up a few years back. They've held it in San Francisco, and DCSS devs have given talks there, and the Adam dev, and a bunch of others. This was that this. Oh crap! I don't even remember if it was this year or was it last year. It was last year, I think. Alan Malloy gave a talk about sequel. So if you're a fan of sequel, check that out. You can just search for roguelike celebration, Amaloy, and that would probably turn up. They did a Twitch stream of it, and yeah, they did this conference, and the first year Nicholas Feinberg, aka Pleasing Fungus, another DCSS dev, gave a nice talk about dealing with so-called optimal play. And how you design around it. But I bring it up because one of the creators of Rogue itself, those guys have showed up, I think, to both of them, or to at least to one of them. One of the original devs who made Rogue sort of gave a challenge to the roguelike community of finding a different name for their genre, because he thought that the genre name was pretty bad, and that's something that's come up a few times. It's really hard to nail down what it means. There's something called the Berlin interpretation, which a bunch of roguelike devs at the time this might have been the early 2000s. I forget when this was done, but David Plug, a DCSS developer, one of the early people who was involved with the DCSS fork, and contributed a lot of ideas and a lot of God ideas over the years, and also some code. He was there, and they basically sat down and tried to like define what a roguelike means, what are the criteria, and they were like permadeath, procedural generation, 2D grid, and I think they maybe added some traditional roguelike or RPG elements, but it ended up being kind of a meme where people would just end up debating how it's not an inclusive enough definition, it's not the right definition. And they just sort of made it because they thought, well, maybe we can sit down and try to make something helpful for people to like figure out what this genre is and what aspects of their game might make it fall into the genre, not as like a ruling or anything, but just as a kind of a guide. But people started taking offense with it years afterwards and being like, it's so stupid how they said that a roguelike has to have this, and then they said that and it was never meant to be like any kind of official ruling. It was just something that they gathered, they wanted to have a conference, and they sort of hashed it out. They thought it might be helpful, but of course it turned into kind of a meme. And yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of silly things you can do, and it's like, how important is it? But I can definitely understand the frustration when games that really aren't very close to like the traditional notion of what a roguelike is get lumped in like Spelunky. Yeah. Yeah, there's that. That's what I mean about Sublime. I mean, it's good, but you just got to be sure that you're ready to take that damage. If you're very judicious about using it, and you kind of know worst case scenario is it's not too bad, but